On this episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs, Linda interviews singer-songwriter Kriz Rogers. Enjoy.
Hello, here we are in Nashville, and I'm here with Kriz Rogers. She's a singer-songwriter, and her name, people spell Kriz different, but this is the first time I've seen it spelled how she does it. Kriz, Kriz Rogers. And she's in this area here, and I'm glad she's visiting with us today. So how you doing?
Doing just fine.
I know. I'm great. I'm so glad you're here. I like being with you. We've had good times at the Troubadour and going to different things downtown. Yeah. So we've had fun. So I know a little bit about you. So I know that you have come from Sweden to the United States. And you have a big journey that got you here to Nashville. Of all the cities, you made sure you came to Nashville. And I just find that fascinating. And why don't you share with me again how it started, your music interest and everything?
It started back over in Sweden when I was very, very little. My dad gave me toy instruments for birthdays and Christmases. There was always a lot of music in the house, and he wanted me to play the accordion, but I didn't like it that much. So when my music teacher moved to a different job and I got a new one, she saw that and suggested that I start learning to play the guitar. So that's how I started to play guitar and sing at the same time.
That's great. That's great to learn early like that, because I know from experience, I've just played some melodies and stuff on the guitar, and then when I go to try to sing, when you're not used to doing that, it's a whole different skill set. So it's nice you were taught that right from the beginning.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, I think maybe the accordion helped because that's doing two things at once as well. So maybe that did a good thing after.
Yeah, I think he did. So what was your dad's name?
And my dad's name was Nils Erik.
Nils Erik?
Yes.
Okay, and he had an ear for country music, right? He's the one that got you into it.
He did, yes. He had a little transistor radio, and he set it on the table. There was only one radio show over in Sweden once a week, and the whole house had to be quiet.
Oh.
Yeah, he sat there and just urged everyone to be quiet, and he turned his little radio on, and I still remember the introduction to that radio show. It was a deep male voice that said, "Howdy."
Well, that is, so it almost goes back to stories I've heard of people like Johnny Cash used to grow up listening to the Opry, and he'd hear June Carter on the, Maybill and on the Opry, and he ended up marrying her, but he remembers as a young child, they listened to the Opry all the time, and everybody, they gathered around the radio, and so you did the exact same thing.
Yes, but to Swedish.
Yeah, Swedish country
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah.
That is neat. So when did you decide you needed to come to Nashville? How did that come about?
That was in a very roundabout way. I was living over in Sweden, newly divorced, had no plans on going anywhere or doing anything except for just to be there and continue my education. I wanted to become a translator of novels from English to Swedish.
Oh.
I was looking for a house. I was going to start a new life, and here someone starts talking with me on MySpace.
Oh, an internet connection.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
And that's what got you here to Nashville?
Yes. We started talking. Maybe we can do some music together, and then that grew into a romantic relationship. Mm-hmm. Got over here and married, but we lived in Chattanooga.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So that is really interesting. So since then, you have become a United States citizen. Now, do you still keep your Swedish citizenship too, or how does that work?
So far, so good.
So yeah, both. Yeah, okay. So you're welcome in both places. And so what was that like? I mean, I know some people study more about America than some of the Americans learn. You have to be tested and things, don't you?
Yes, there was rigorous testing. I went through a class, learned all the civic questions. There are 100 civic questions that you need to learn, and interviews, and a lot of paperwork.
A lot of time, years. Probably it wasn't a year, probably a few years.
It took a few years.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was it like? Like they swear you in. I've seen things like that on television where they've had some new, people become United States citizens, and it seems like a very overwhelming moment.
It is a very special moment.
Mm-hmm.
It is. To be in the American courtroom, it's the first time I was in the American courtroom, and it was a very special.
Yeah, it's not like just sending you a paper in the mail. You had almost like a ceremony.
It was a ceremony.
Yeah.
You had to sit a certain place, don't move, do this, do that. And we were sworn in.
Well, I'm real proud of you doing that. That's a big step and a big journey you've had. Now, how long have you been in, say, Chattanooga, Nashville? How long have you been in the United States?
I've been here for 14 years.
Yeah. And you've pursued your musical interests. And where has that taken you since you've been here now we'll get earlier, but since you've been in the United States, what do you do musically here in Nashville?
I perform at Songwriter's Nights, jam sessions, and have developed my songwriting skills thanks to NSAI and Songwriting Pro and several different groups that I've learned.
And you've recently been going to a writer's seminar of some sort, and who's teaching that?
That is Mr. Steve Lisley.
Yeah, and you get pointers and you collaborate with people there, or?
We learn, dig deeper into the meaning of songwriting. Delve deeper into what does a different word mean at a different setting, what does a different melody mean at a different, how do lyrics and melody correlate, how does chords and melody and words correlate to one another.
Yeah, some real theory on, instead of just randomly, I make up a song today, to make it solid and meaningful.
It's a creative process, but there's when you learn the process and the outlines behind it, different ways of building blocks, so to speak, to build a song house from foundation to walls to roof up with chorus and melody and verses being the building blocks.
Yeah, well, that sounds really good. I'm glad you're doing that. We can always learn new things. And I saw an interview with Ed Sheeran, and he's from England, and he was on a tour with Taylor Swift, and they were in Nashville area and stuff, and he's a songwriter, and he goes, I heard him say he was planning to move to Nashville. He says there's no place in the world where you can collaborate and hang out with songwriters and get little ideas and suggestions and then see each other over and over again. There's just no place like downtown Nashville and the people you meet. And we know that just when we go to the Troubadour. Every time I'm there, somebody's coming up to you. You go, oh yeah, we worked on a song together, or we did this, and you know that person. And it's a very comfortable feeling. I know, like even at the Troubadour, it's very comfortable. Well, somebody will go up there and sing, and then the next minute they're talking to us, and very friendly atmosphere. I really enjoyed it here myself, and people talk fondly of you. I run into people. Yeah, I know Kriz. You know, oh, Kriz knows everybody.
Oh, and I know you.
Yes, you do. So now, when you were in Sweden, you actually had some songs on the Swedish national radio. Or tell us what songs you had on that.
I had several different songs on charts and on the radio. The first song I remember having on the radio was my song "Singing My Blues Away."
Uh-huh.
And it was such a special occasion. I lived on a farm at that time, so I wanted to be by myself, and the only place with a radio that I could be by myself at was in a tractor.
In a tractor on the farm, in the
Yes.
tractor.
Yes.
And that's where you heard your song on
That's
the
where I
radio
had
station.
my song first.
And most people are usually driving in their car going somewhere, but you were on a tractor.
Yes.
And I know you have a special fondness of tractors.
I do like tractors. Yes, I do.
I know. You like all different kinds. You like to look at them. And
Yes.
And I understand. I have a background in motorsports, and I'm very partial towards motorcycle road racing. And boy, when I hear a motorcycle go by, you know, I'm always turning my head, you know. So I understand that. And you're a tractor girl, so you want to get her a Christmas gift, get a little miniature
my
tractor.
Tractor ornaments. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you could have a tractor tree.
I could.
That'd be fun. So what are your plans now here in Nashville? What do you look forward to that Nashville can offer you?
I'm looking forward to having my songs recorded by other artists.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking forward to doing more interviews just like this one. It's
Uh-huh.
very, very fun, very nice.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to doing more shows.
Okay. So to maybe get to other artists, do you need to prepare like a demo and stuff and get those out? I've heard of the process. I've never done it. But so that would probably be some things in your future, because I know some of your songs are just great. You know, I just love them. You know? I've even learned some of your songs. So, and she's given me permission to play one of them. So, so we're actually going to hear from her now. She's going to do a song for us, and she's, you know, this is an original song, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, and we'll get to that. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
I'm
me.
so glad you're
Appreciate
here.
it.
I
Thank you.
know. Okay, bye.
Bye.
I don't mind having a hard day. I don't dislike feeling blue. Still, my wish is to be happy. So I am singing my blues away. I thought I gave you all you wanted. I gave you plenty of love and promised I was yours to keep. But forever was not what you wished for. So you told me goodbye and gave me a reason to cry. I don't mind having a hard day. I don't dislike feeling blue. Still, my wish is to be happy. So I am singing my blues away. Your wish was always my command, and the last one was you told me to pack up and leave. You are not the kind
This episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs is sponsored by. Come on down to Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland. Live bluegrass, country, and gospel music every Saturday night. Shows start at 6 p.m. and admission is $8. First Fridays we feature karaoke and Grandpa's Music Jam Session 10 to 2 p.m. on the second and fourth Tuesday. New and seasoned musicians are always welcome for music lessons, so bring the whole family. Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland.